Hello everyone, I'm back again to tell you about more Cartoon Network shows you forgot about. If you haven't seen the first part, go and watch it. In part 1 I went over some very obscure shows, and now this time I'm going to pick some less obscure ones. I'm calling the video Shows You Forgot About. But, I mean really you probably haven't forgot about them, but it has been like 10 years, so you probably don't think about them often. A video titled 10-Year-Old Cartoon Network Shows that you probably haven't forgotten about, but you don't think about on a daily basis is just too long of a title.
You take the moon and you take the sun.
You take everything that seems like fun. You stand up and then you're done.
Starting off with a more popular one is Chowder. Running from 2007 to 2010, stars the titular Chowder, a 13-year-old cat, bear, rabbit thing, who becomes the apprentice to chef and caterer named Mung Dal. Hey, he has a cool name. The show takes place in Marzipan City, a parody of New York. Mung Dal is known as the greatest chef in the world and owns a catering business. He is married to his lovely wife Truffles. Mung Dal and Truffles have been married for 450 happy years. Another character is Schnitzel, a worker at Mung Dal's catering company. His vocabulary consists of pretty much one word.
Rada, 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 rada.
Despite this, everyone can understand him. The antagonist of the series is Miss Endive, a gargantuan of a woman. She considers Mung Dal her rival. Like Mung Dal, this mountain of a woman has an apprentice, Panini, who is absolutely infatuated with Chowder. However, Chowder's feelings are not mutual. Chowder also has a pet stink cloud named Kimchi. Most episodes feature Chowder trying to learn about cooking, but his goofy antics and endless hunger habitually land him in some wacky circumstances. The show has a very unique humor, including consistently breaking the fourth wall. Personally, I think one of the funniest jokes was in the episode Shopping Spree, where the show ran out of money, so the voice actors went and started a car wash.
No money means no animation.
What are we gonna do?
Rada, rada.
No, we are not going home. We've got to save the show.
But where are we gonna get the money to pay for it?
After 3 seasons with 49 episodes, Chowder was canceled because Cartoon Network believed that it was not hitting their target demographic of older boys.
But adventure is sin free.
Adventure, that's the life for me!
There's lollipop trees and a lemonade sea.
Doesn't sound very good to me.
The misadventures of
Flapjack!
The Marvelous Misadventures of Flapjack. It ran from 2008 to 2010. Just like Chowder, it lasted for 3 seasons and was canceled because it did not fit the demographic. The show stars Flapjack, a young boy who was found and adopted by a female whale named Bubby. They lived a peaceful life until they rescued the pirate Captain Knuckles. Knuckles tells them of a place called Candide Island. To Bubby's dismay, they go there and get into many predicaments and misadventures. Most of the show takes place in Stormalong Harbor, where they make money, eat candy, and pursue their misadventures. I never watched this show growing up simply because of how creepy it was. Here, this is what I'm talking about.
You need to grow up!
Grow up? I'm 38 years old.
Cutie, aren't you beautiful? I think I know what you want. String!
But I don't want to talk badly about this show. In doing the research for this video, I watched some scenes, and it actually has really great humor.
Now say, eh?
I think Cartoon Network was wrong to cancel this for the reason it did. It honestly seems more older kid oriented than some episodes of Adventure Time.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Next up is a show that seems to get a lot of hate, and let's see if it deserves it. Uncle Grandpa. We all probably remember this one, but do we really want to? Uncle Grandpa is the entire world's uncle and grandpa. Each episode has some sort of adventure helping out kids with problems, kinda like a stupid Santa. His friends include Mr. Gus, basically a bodyguard, Pizza Steve, Uncle Grandpa's rude and selfish best friend, Belly Bag, his fanny pack, which is essentially an endless wishing well. Anything Uncle Grandpa needs, Belly Bag can make it appear. And finally, Giant Realistic Flying Tiger, his trusty magical tiger. The show has its moments, but is often criticized for being a bit too goofy at times. You hear shows being ahead of their time, while this one was way behind its time. Despite its reception, it ran for 5 seasons with 157 episodes between 2010 and 2017. At the end of the series, it is revealed that Campmaster Lumpus, a character that we've been following the whole show, is not who he says he is. It turns out that Lumpus is a lunatic and is posing as the Scoutmaster after he locked away the real one. The real one also happens to be Heifer Wolf from Rocko's Modern Life, but for legal reasons, that's only a theory. It's a great twist. However, when you think of the implications of someone posing as a Scoutmaster leading a bunch of young kids, it gets kinda dark.
Partner is a monkey.
My Gym Partner's a Monkey. It ran from 2005 to 2008 with 4 seasons, 96 episodes, a full-length film, and an hour-long special. The show is about Adam Lyon, spelled Lyon, but his name is accidentally mistaken for Lion, Lion, and he is transferred to a school for animals. After he is transferred, he is partnered with Jake Spider Monkey in gym class. That's where the title comes from. Jake's poor and wild behavior often gets him and Adam in trouble, and in various precautious scenarios. Unlike most shows, this one chose to go out on its own terms. They decided when they wanted to end it, and that's the way they did it. However, Cartoon Network messed it up. The episode that was the finale was actually aired second to last, and the penultimate episode was actually aired as the finale. The reason being was that the penultimate episode was a Thanksgiving-themed episode, and thus Cartoon Network wanted to air it closer to the holiday. The show had a unique concept that is rather simple, but hadn't really been done before. The show also had a plethora of unique characters, which is reason alone why you should check it out. The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. I debated putting this on the list. It's a risky pick because this is a lot of people's favorites. So to call it forgotten could be offensive. But I figure it has been 17 years since this aired, and any 10-year-old now watching Cartoon Network would have never even heard of this. Yeah, 10-year-olds now were born in 2014. Feel old yet? Anyway, The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy is a spin-off from the show Grim and Evil, the same way Evil Con Carne is. I talked about that show in the previous video, so you should check that one out after this one. The show premiered in 2003 and ended in 2007 after 52 episodes. However, there was a movie that debuted in 2008, making it the final installment for the series. The show centers on Billy and Mandy, 2 young children who have forced the Grim Reaper to be their best friend after beating him in a game of limbo to save a hamster's life. Wow, that's a sentence that I never thought I'd say. Most episodes revolve around the kids using Grim's supernatural abilities, or traveling to planes of existence they're not supposed to be in.
Somewhere perhaps he can learn to be a true boy. A true robot boy.
Next up is one I had never heard of before I made this list, Robot Boy. Robot Boy is a robot that has an emotional chip that makes him more like a real boy. He was created by Professor Moshimo, but in fear of him being taken by his arch-nemesis, Dr. Kamikaze, Professor Moshimo sends Robot Boy to live with his biggest fan, a boy named Tommy Turnbull. Robot Boy has 3 modes: deactivated, activated, and super activated. In deactivated mode, he is a small, lovable boy. When he is activated, he becomes roughly the size of Tommy, and when he is super activated, he towers over adults and becomes equipped with weapons. He uses these weapons to fight off various bad guys that threaten him. The series ran from 2005 to 2008, with 52 episodes over 4 seasons. Cartoon Network canceled the show because it wasn't very popular. And that is it for now. Like I mentioned earlier, this is part 2. So if you haven't seen part 1, go check that out. There's going to be a part 3, and I think probably a part 4. So if you're watching in the future, you should check those out too. If you liked the video, please subscribe. I make great content like this every week. And if that sounds good to you, hit the subscribe button. Also comment which of these shows are your favorite, and which shows you would like to see next time. And also like the video because, well, because I'm telling you to, I guess.